Okay, now student, here today we will discuss about the first chapter of the Indian economy, and the name of the chapter is Indian economy on the eve of independence. Okay, so in this chapter we will discuss about what was the condition, what was the status of our economy before the advent of British in our country. Okay, so if you want to understand the present day of economics, present day of economy or present day of economics, then we should know the history of Indian economy also. Okay, history of Indian economy also. So we have to understand the history of Indian economy. That means the what was the conditions of our agriculture sector, our industrial sector, our manufacturing sector, our foreign trade. All these things we have to understand. Okay, what our country's performance in the world before the advent of British. Okay, so if you understand it, then we can better understand the present day of economics also. Okay, so British had ruled over 200 years in our country. British had ruled over 200 years in our country, and after that 15th August after that 15th August 1947 we got independence. Okay, that means 200 years they ruled over our country. During these 200 years, British government try to make our country a raw material supplier. Try to make our country a raw material supplier. A raw material supplier. Okay. During these 200 years, British try to make our country a raw material supplier. For what purpose? To make Britain an industrial revolutions. That means they want to make our country a raw material supplier. Why? To expand industry in Britain. Okay, to expand industry in Britain. So this is the basic concepts on the eve of independence. Okay, on the eve of independence is the basic concepts that the British wants to make our country a raw material supplier and a finished goods consumer of finished goods. Okay, and these 200 years they try to make our country and destroy the agriculture sector, industrial sector. Okay, foreign trade, all these things they destroyed. Okay, for their own purpose, for their own interest. Now the next point is low level of economic development. Low level of economic development under the colonial rule. Low level of economic development under the colonial rule. So in this time period before the advent of the British, the livelihood for most of the peoples were mainly on agriculture. Okay, that means before the advent of the British, that means British आने से पहले, before the advent of the most of the people's livelihood, मतलब जो काम करते थे, most of the people's livelihood were mainly on agriculture. That means most of the peoples work on agriculture sectors. But our country also well known for its manufacturing activities also. So our country's most of the peoples depend on agriculture. Most of the peoples of our country depend on agriculture. That means they did some agricultural activities. Apart from that, our country also well known for manufacturing activities also, like handicraft. It is well known all over the world. Okay, and that is why it is well known for its manufacturing activities like handicraft industry is a well known industry all over the world, like cotton textile. Okay, cotton textile, metals. Okay, all these things, cotton textiles, metals. Okay, precious stonework, precious stonework, stone work, etc. Okay, all these things, all these manufacturing activities happened in this period. Okay, that means before the advent of British, our country was well known for their agricultural, their industrial activities like handicraft industry, like cotton textile, metals. Okay, precious stonework, all these are got a fame all over the world at that time. These products got all over a world reputation for its high quality and craftsmanship. Okay, that means all these products got reputation all over world. These the, cotton textile industry, metals. Okay, precious stoneworks, and etc. There are so many products in industrial sectors. Okay, we see that they have got some reputation all over the world for its high quality, for its for its high quality and its craftsmanship. For high quality and craftsmanship, these industries got reputation all over the world at that time. Okay, this is the importance of our country. This is the importance of our country at that time period. Now we will discuss about the textile industry. Textile industry in Bengal. Basically, Bengal was well known for its textile industry. Textile industry in Bengal. Okay. Indian textile was a very popular worldwide. We know that the Indian textile industry was very popular worldwide. Basically, at that time, at that time, textile industry was very popular all over the world. Muslin is a cotton textile which is produced in Bengal, which is produced in Bengal, uh, mainly in Dhaka. Now is the capital city of Bangladesh. The most important of textile product was muslin. ओके, ये जो प्रोडक्ट है मुस्लिन, ये बहुत ही इसका बहुत वर्ल्ड वाइड बहुत इसका रेपुटेशन था. ठीक है, द मुस्लिन इज अ वर्ल्ड वाइड फेम, गॉट वर्ल्ड वाइड फेम एट दैट टाइम फॉर इट्स हाई extra ordinary quality of cotton. The extraordinary quality, for its extraordinary quality of cotton, muslin got fame. Okay, muslin got fame, reputation at that time. Okay, and this muslin was basically made in Dhaka, is the capital city of Bangladesh. It's capital city of Bangladesh. Okay, and this muslin basically known as Dhakai muslin. Okay, which is called as Dhakai muslin because this muslin was made in Dhaka, and that is why it is called as Dhakai muslin. Okay, and Dhakai muslin had a worldwide fame due to its exquisite type of cotton textile. That means extraordinary quality. The muslin is an extraordinary quality, and that is why this cotton textile product got worldwide fame, worldwide reputation at that time. Okay, next, basically the economic policy of the British government is to protect and promote the Britain's industry, not to develop our industry. So what is the policy of the British? The policy of the British, policy of the British, the policy of the British basically was to protect and promote was to protect and promote their home industry, to protect and promote their home industry. Okay, to protect and promote their home industry, that means Britain's industry. They have no interest to develop our countries, they have no interest to develop our country's industry. They have no interest to develop or to promote our country's industry. Okay, they just want to make our country a raw material supplier. So what they want to make, they just want to make, which I already said, that they just want to make our country a raw material supplier. They just want to make our country a raw material supplier and a finished goods and a consumer of finished goods and a consumer of finished goods and a consumer of finished goods. ओके, तो वो क्या बनाना चाहता था हमारे देश को वो बनाना चाहता था कि एक रॉ मटेरियल सप्लायर। ब्रिटेन का इंडस्ट्री के लिए जो रॉ मटेरियल्स चाहिए, वो रॉ मटेरियल्स हम लोग सप्लाई करेंगे और जो गुड्स वहाँ पे बन रहा है उसको कम दाम में यहाँ पे बेचेंगे। दिस इज द पॉलिसी ऑफ द ब्रिटिश, दिस इज द पॉलिसी ऑफ द colonial government, to make our country raw material supplier and a consumer of finished goods. British government have no interest to estimate our country's national income and per capita income. So at that time British government has no interest to estimate our country's national income. Britain has no interest because they have only interest to collect the raw materials, make the finished goods and sell them India, and that is why they have no interest to estimate our country's national income, our country's national income or per capita income. Okay, or per capita income. So it is clear that Britons have no interest to estimate our country's national income or per capita income. But some person, like some estimators at that time, there are some person like estimators who were educated, like Dada Bhai Naurozi, William Digby. Okay, William Digby. They have tried to estimate our country's national income or per capita income. Okay, they have estimated that in the first half of the 20th century, in the first half of the 20th century, the growth of real aggregate output, the growth of real aggregate output was only 2% or less than 2%. Okay, the growth of real aggregate output was only 2%, or we can say less than 2%. Okay, and uh, per capita income was, and per capita, and the growth of per capita output, and the growth of per capita output was only half percent, only half percent. So this is the scenario of the Indian economy. This is the scenario of the Indian economy, okay, before the advent of the British government, and when the British came, that was the scenario of the Indian economy. Okay, so this is the first part of the Indian economy on the eve of independence. In our next video, we will discuss about the agriculture sector, industrial sector, okay, foreign trade sector. One by one we will discuss in our next video. Okay, thank you.